Hey everybody, I wanted to show you guys a quick thing we've got going on our farm, both a problem and a blessing, and what we're going to do about it. So I'm down here at the low point, which is still above the creek, and you can see the sediment that's getting washed out. Some of this may be topsoil still, a lot of it is bits and pieces of clay, but I'm gonna walk backwards here, go back uphill and show you what we're dealing with. This trench right here is maybe 1.5 feet, but as you get into some of these deeper spots, I mean, it's turning into a little Grand Canyon. It's 3-4 feet deep. And there's a lot of water coming through here, which commercial farming would say that that's not good. We need to fix it. I was thinking about burying a drain tile and passing the water underneath our property, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Sustainable ag would say deal with this amount of water, and because of its source, send it outside of your property, but then try and prevent erosion. Plant some stuff on there, fill in that massive canyon. What's happening is we have a drainage tile that has collapsed somewhere past our house. There's our beautiful house. And this is quite a distance to go. This whole area floods pretty easy, but it's collapsed somewhere down there where it actually would go into the creek. Coming this way along the road, you see the main symptom. We've got, I want to say this is about 50 acres that has been commercially row cropped. I do not know just how far up the road that high point is, but it's at least 1/4 mile. And probably half of these fields drain to the road, the other half right into the creek. The farmer does use Roundup. I have not been able to contact him, see if he used anything else. But after going to the permaculture convergence in Cincinnati yesterday, I spoke with a couple of people who've been to PDC's permaculture design courses. And what we're going to do is dig this area out. I'll call Brown County Soil and Water and make sure they're okay with it. They might have suggestions for me. I don't know. It's a weekend. But my initial idea is to dig this area out, move the dirt down here, and create swales against the flow of water or on contour every so often. In this pond around the edges, I'll plant water-loving plants and some pretty ones like irises and whatnot, and then floating plants, hopefully to filter any of the excess nutrients in the water from the chemical fertilizer. And then we would use those floating plants either as fodder for our animals, duckweed, water lettuce, hyacinth, or just compost it in mass. And then hopefully with us digging it down, it would then be a easy source of bioremediation. It's a way to slow the water down. Maybe the toxins would settle to the bottom, and we would create an overflow point. Our property only goes to that white stake that I'm looking right at, right there. But you can see this area already lies a little wet, but we would start making berms so that the water can't just go straight down. Permaculture says any water that is coming onto your property is a blessing. Figure out how to use it, slow the water down, and you will be rewarded. The idea being, eventually, in the next 20 years, we will get another 100-year drought. And during that drought, if we do get such a heavy rain, you know, 1 inch. That field up there is not going to be able to hold what it needs. And if we can slow the water down, we'll catch every single ounce of it. So as we're filtering it and planting water-loving plants on these swales and berms, and burying a hugelkultur building a hugelkultur type of berm system where you bury wood and then cover it with dirt, the wood acts as a better sponge, building your carbon in that berm faster, helping to further filter your water. Down here, we should be putting in a pond, at least a ½ an acre. This is a low point, but we'd be able to, if we ever start grazing that property up there, we could pump water from this pond or figure out a different alternative up there. But we'll get our dirt from the parking lot area that we're going to have to excavate and fix the drainage anyway. Then once that pond is in, that'll be a better source of filtration before it hits just inside those woods. There is the 5 Mile Creek. It is one of the most polluted, well, East Fork of the 5 Mile Creek. It is one of the most polluted watersheds in Ohio. It's actually listed on the NRCS list of protected bodies of water. That's how bad it is. The rocks are stained black. It looks like someone just poured gasoline in it when there's not a lot of flowing water. It's rough, but hopefully we'll be able to show people the light, teach them what we can about how to handle water, about how we should not accept anything under 10% organic matter. The woman at the conference, Salamander Springs, Susanna Lane, I think, her organic matter is 18 to 20%. She doesn't even have large ruminants. She's just done it with cover crops and hand power. So much for the illustrious promises of commercial ag. You guys take care.